All right, well, hello everyone. Welcome to another development update for QUACK-OUT. This is a special update because I have officially released an alpha that's public and playable by everyone. So if you check the link in the description, it'll be linked right down there. Thank you guys for all the support. I just broke, I think, 650 subscribers. So that's awesome, awesome milestone. And I didn't go quite public sooner, so I've just FYI, I released this back last Friday, and I didn't want to publicize it yet because I knew that probably quite a few things might be broken, and I didn't want to have major or leave a very bad taste in people's mouths. So I wanted to make sure that everyone had an enjoyable experience with the game, and my hardcore fan base, of course, is willing to kind of overlook that. So please accept my apologies if you were disappointed that you didn't get to play a more broken version of the game. But after a week and a lot of updates and a lot of hard work, we have it in a pretty good state right now. It's not perfect. One notable issue, and I'll actually let me bring up the webpage. So this is the Godot.io webpage, and you can see right here we're hitting the top three for featured, top, and trending. So I'm very thankful to the Godot team for hosting my game, and it seems to be doing pretty well in the player stats. There's not a huge active fan base or active player base yet, so you might want to. There's a link to the Discord as well, where you might be able to ping somebody and see if anyone's online to play a match or two with you. But yeah, other than that, everything seems to be going pretty smoothly. So if you haven't yet, please try to hop on and give it a whirl. Try to see if you can break anything new and report any bugs in the Discord. All right, so I'll go ahead and cover some of the things I've done. So one thing that was a pretty big shock was a lot of people did have performance issues, and this is mostly because of just the way that Godot, in HTML5, it's not the best platform. And since this is on Godot.io, it is a web game, and it's hard to optimize for that platform. So some of the maps did better than others in terms of how they ran. I can run most any map with my rig, but I have an RTX 2070. And so that makes things a little bit easier for me to run things, but a lot of people did have issues with integrated graphics, and so I'm trying to find a way to disable my dedicated GPU at some point and try to optimize for those integrated graphics soon. So hopefully I can do that, but in the meantime, I did actually make a couple optimizations. So one big thing was these item boxes and stuff. I actually have an LOD version now, and so if I enable that one, you can see it's just a little floaty sprite that just, and from let's disable those. From this far away, you can't really, it's not much different in perception. So and you can actually see that in gameplay if I pull that up in a second. But yeah, so for the item boxes and the health pickups, you can there's a lower level of detail at a distance, and that kind of helps out with not having as much to compute on the graphical side. So, and then also, this was kind of a funny one. So, I had found out that pretty much all of for the clock tower level, the time zone level, let me pull it up here. I had found out that all of my materials were being double rendered, and basically I didn't have backface culling on any of these objects, and so that was kind of chugging the frame rate as well for a lot of people. And then also trying to sync all of this in terms of making sure that the sessions look mostly the same to each user was pretty difficult to figure that out, but I think I got it working. And yeah, there was just a lot of bugs at launch, so I just had to figure out a lot of things, and another huge thing that was important was netcode. And so for the player script, I'll just pull it up here. Basically, I now have a way to I had to figure out a way to predict positions, and I was a little bit naive, and I thought that, what the heck, maybe about 20% of packets, 30% of packets are going to be lost between two clients, right? So basically, when you send out a packet, You're expecting maybe 30% of the time it's going to fail, but in actuality, it seemed like it was probably closer to 60, 70, 80% packet failure. And so, yeah, I had to figure out how to make my netcode a lot better. It's still not perfect, especially when it comes to hit registration. There's just a big delay, and I trying to do my best to figure out how to reduce that latency, but it's just not quite there yet. From what I understand, the Godot RPC system kind of queues packets as you give it to them, and some of them are persistent, others are just are discarded as soon as they're sent. So I'm trying to do my best to figure out how to validate all of that and get everything working smoothly. It seems like as long as people are in one region, they're able to have pretty minimal ping, at least under 100 milliseconds. But as soon as you get cross-continental, that's when ping goes up to probably 150 to 200 milliseconds. So, yeah, if you do plan on playtesting, make sure that you try to playtest within your region. I'm also going to add an option for the public servers to designate themselves as public, or sorry, as North America or EU or Asia or whatever it happens to be, just to help out with reducing that sort of lag time, and at least guaranteeing most people have a decent play time. So yeah, I had to basically take the time since the last update, and then I had to use this. Let me zoom in a little bit here. So I had to basically have a projected velocity, and so that's what this p-vel variable is, and then I had to multiply it by the frame time. And so basically, whenever an agent or another player's avatar doesn't receive another update for the position, it'll basically compensate that by just moving along and kind of predicting where that player is going to be, even though that player isn't guaranteed to be at that position. And so it seems to be pretty good in motion. It's not perfect, but it's pretty suitable. Also, I for local testing, to kind of mimic the conditions of what the online version of testing is, I actually did make it so that you can basically check if the Godot API is live, and then in my case, if it's not live, then I actually induce packet loss myself and will only randomly send maybe 20% of the packets. So that kind of helped me figure out the netcode issue that a lot of people were having, where players would just jump from one position to the next after a second or two. But yeah, so in terms of the visual side, I'll show you guys how the new level detail system looks in motion. So let's go ahead and just open up a level here. I'm going to open up Temple to show that one off. And so you can see here all of the objects, the item boxes, and it might be ruined by YouTube compression, but all the item boxes and the health pickups are, from that distance, are all just little sprites. And so that kind of reduces the amount of computation graphically that's needed. So hopefully that'll help out with lower end hardware. And then, yeah, so you can see that as soon as I get close enough to say, yeah, you can see those item boxes up there are really jittery right now. And as soon as I get closer, see one goes smooth, the other goes smooth with it. And so, yeah, it's pretty effective, I think. I wasn't expecting it to be that effective, but it's a pretty good effect. And then once you get close enough, it all looks good. And actually doing the level of detail allowed me to disable the physics, and so hopefully also the physics calculations are going to be faster. So basically there's an area around it that it tries to monitor for when the player goes through it, and since each client controls their own collisions with the item boxes, I only need to enable collisions for item boxes that are already near my player here. And so then yeah, it's basically reducing all of the physics overhaul or the background work that's not needed, since I obviously don't need to monitor the physics for that item box over there, since I'm not controlling if a player is supposed to pick it up. So that's kind of a neat thing that I wasn't expecting to run into, and it's just kind of it's just a learning process of game development. And yeah, I mean that kind of is it in terms of all of the new updates. I haven't added actually any new content. I've just been focusing on bug fixing and performance issues. So I'm sorry I don't have any cool new items or maps to show off right now. But hey, we hit public alpha, and so if you want to jump in and play it for yourself and give me feedback, I would be more than happy to hear it. And I'm thankful to all the people that have played it and have wrestled with the bugs and issues. It's still not completely stable, and so I hope that you can be patient and try it out and see if you enjoy it. And if you have any suggestions to improve it, you can also drop suggestions into the Discord. In other news, I'm actually also looking to I'm looking to upgrade to Godot 3.5 as soon as that's available. I have another branch of my game project that's in 3.5. This is currently in 3.4, but 3.5 is supposed to bring a lot of physics improvements for interpolation. And so those with high refresh rate monitors, everything right now runs at 60 hertz, unfortunately. And so that'll help out. That'll help the game feel even smoother for those with actual graphical beasts of a machine. So hopefully you guys can enjoy that. And yeah, that's everything I have for today. Thank you guys for the support. Go check out QUACK-OUT. Thank you.